diving deep today into the latest and greatest from the awesome folks over at TechViews 10X.
Always a wild ride, Rick.
Absolutely. And this time,
Oh,
it's no different. We've got everything from mind-blowing computing advancements, AI that's getting seriously creative, maybe a little too creative.
oh yeah, some of this stuff had even me raising an eyebrow.
And of course, we can't forget about the ever-present cybersecurity concerns.
Yeah.
Some of these vulnerabilities. Let's just say you want to make sure your devices are locked down tight.
No kidding. But hey, we'll get to all that.
For sure. So to kick things off, let's talk about this article that absolutely blew my mind. Atomic scale memristors.
Oh yeah, that one was a doozy.
Right. I mean, at first glance, it sounds like something straight out of Star Trek.
Hmm.
But the more I read, the more I realized this could be a total game changer for computing as we know it.
It really could. So for those who don't know, memristors are these tiny, minuscule switches that can store information in multiple states. Not just your typical on or off, 1 or 0, but a whole spectrum in between.
Okay, so that's where the atomic scale part comes in.
Exactly. We're talking about harnessing phenomena at the atomic level to store and process information. And that's what makes them so incredibly powerful. They can process information in a way that's more analogous to the human brain with its billions of interconnected neurons.
Oh, wow. So instead of just brute forcing calculations like traditional computers, these memristors can learn and adapt.
Precisely. That's what opens the door to truly brain-like AI. Imagine computers that can understand context, nuance, and even emotions.
Okay, now that's getting a little too sci-fi for me. But seriously, what kind of real-world applications are we talking about here?
Well, think about personalized medicine tailored to your specific DNA, processed in real time. Or incredibly detailed simulations for everything from climate modeling to financial markets. These are the kinds of things that memristor-driven AI could unlock. It's all about making computers think more like us, which could revolutionize countless industries.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible stuff. And speaking of revolutionary, did you see what Dell is cooking up with their new Pro Max 18 Plus laptop?
Oh yeah, that beast. It's like they crammed a supercomputer into a laptop chassis.
No kidding. An RTX 5000 class GPU, a tandem OLED display.
Yep.
I mean, those specs are insane. What does those even mean for the average person?
Well, that RTX 5000 class GPU is going to be a dream come true for any gamers out there or anyone who needs serious graphical horsepower like video editors or 3D modelers.
Yeah, I can see that. And the tandem OLED. That sounds pretty fancy, too.
Oh, it is. Imagine 2 layers of pixels for even richer blacks and brighter whites. Perfect for HDR content. You're going to have a cinematic experience right on your laptop.
Okay, that's pretty tempting. But I gotta ask, how many people actually need that much power in a laptop? Is this just peak spec overkill?
It's a fair question. I mean, for the average person browsing the web and checking email, yeah, it's probably more power than they need. But for professionals who rely on heavy-duty software, this could be a game changer. No more waiting hours for renders or simulations to finish.
Makes sense. So definitely a niche market, but a powerful one for sure. Now, let's switch gears a bit and talk about something that's both fascinating and a little bit unnerving. Dynamic pricing powered by AI.
Oh, yeah, this is one of those things that makes you really think about the implications of AI in our lives.
Right. Like imagine airline ticket prices that fluctuate every minute based on who knows what.
Well, that's already happening in a lot of industries. Companies are using AI to analyze all sorts of data demand, competitor pricing, even your browsing history to adjust prices on the fly. And while it can lead to more efficient pricing in some cases, it also raises questions about fairness and transparency.
Absolutely. It feels kind of creepy knowing that some algorithm is constantly tweaking prices behind the scenes. How do we even know if we're getting a fair deal?
That's the big question. As AI plays a bigger role in pricing, it's crucial to push for more transparency from companies. We need to understand how these algorithms are making decisions and ensure they're not being used to unfairly manipulate customers.
Couldn't agree more. All right. Moving on to something a bit more fun, have you played around with Google's new Whisk tool yet?
Oh yeah, that thing is wild. It's basically magic. You type in a description and boom, AI creates a visual representation of it.
I know. It's like having a personal artist on demand. But seriously, the implications of this technology are mind-blowing. Anyone can create realistic images or videos with just a few words.
It definitely democratizes content creation, but like any powerful tool, there's potential for misuse.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the potential for deepfakes and spreading misinformation is huge. It's going to be harder than ever to distinguish what's real from what's fake.
Definitely something to be wary of. We need to develop critical thinking skills and media literacy to navigate this new landscape of AI-generated content.
Big time. Now, all this talk about the amazing potential of AI brings us to a crucial question. How do we keep it secure? Because according to TechView's 10x, open source machine learning systems can be incredibly vulnerable to attacks.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of open source. While open access allows for rapid innovation and collaboration, it also makes it easier for malicious actors to find and exploit vulnerabilities.
So it's like leaving the blueprints to a bank vault just lying around. Not the smartest move. And speaking of things that keep me up at night, this Androx Gust botnet sounds like the stuff of nightmares. Can you break down what makes this one so scary?
So a botnet is basically a network of compromised devices, computers, smartphones, even your smart fridge, all controlled by a hacker. The Androx botnet is particularly nasty because it uses this thing called Mozi integration. It's like a Swiss Army knife for hackers, allowing them to exploit vulnerabilities in tons of different devices and applications.
Oh, great. So now it's not just our computers we have to worry about, but pretty much anything with an internet connection.
Basically, yeah. It can steal data, launch DDoS attacks, even spread other malware. It's a serious threat.
Okay, I'm officially spooked. On a slightly brighter note, it's good to see that ethical hackers are out there fighting the good fight. Did you read about how some serious TrueNAS device flaws were exposed during a hacking competition?
Oh, yeah, those competitions are so important. Ethical hackers are like the white hats of the cybersecurity world, finding vulnerabilities before the bad guys do.
Exactly. It's like a controlled burn, right?
Right.
Better to find and fix the weaknesses in a safe environment than have them exploited in the wild.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And speaking of fixing vulnerabilities, Synology just released patches for some critical flaws in their devices. If you're a Synology user, go update your stuff right now.
Seriously, folks, don't wait on that. Those zero-click attacks they mentioned are terrifying. You don't even have to do anything to get infected. Just being online is enough.
It's a whole new level of scary. So yeah, update, update, update.
All right, before we wrap things up, let's do a quick rundown of some other noteworthy news from TechView's 10X. First up, some good news for iPhone fans. Apple is apparently extending support for older devices, so if your phone can run iOS 18, you're good to go for iOS 19 as well.
Yeah.
Good for the planet, good for your wallet,
Gotta love it when companies prioritize longevity and sustainability.
for real. Also, for those of you who love free stuff, Google TV is expanding its free channel lineup. More options for streaming without breaking the bank, always a win.
Can't argue with that.
And last but not least, a sobering reminder that sustainability in tech is an ongoing challenge. European data centers, which house a massive amount of our digital information, are struggling to meet their carbon reduction goals. It's a complex issue, but as our reliance on these data centers grows, finding sustainable solutions is more important than ever.
Absolutely. It's a shared responsibility from individual users to tech giants to make sure our digital world is as sustainable as possible.
Couldn't agree more. All right, and for all you Netflix bingers out there, TechView's 10X has a comprehensive list of everything coming to the platform in January 2025. We won't spoil the fun here, but let's just say there's some seriously binge-worthy content on the horizon. Go check it out.
Always good to have something to look forward to, right?
Always. All right, folks, that's it for our deep dive today. But before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. We love hearing from you guys, so drop a comment below and let us know which tech news had you saying, whoa.
And as AI continues to evolve at breakneck speed, we want to hear your thoughts. What are your biggest hopes and concerns for the future of artificial intelligence? Let's keep the conversation going.
Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll catch you in the next deep dive.
See ya.